Our water supply has been poisoned, our medical supply has been poisoned, and our air supply is and has been poisoned. Every time you step outside, every time, chances are you're breathing in toxins and reactive metals that have been dumped out of planes and into the skies above as part of this cloud seeding program. They openly admit this. And there's a whole lot of other operations that seek to control the weather and create rainstorms and create other phenomena, frequently on behalf of the government-linked industrial-scale farming operations that offer us poison food to begin with. You know, if you go around talking about these things, you will be labeled a conspiracy theorist. But this is not a conspiracy theory at all. It's been admitted for a very long time. As a matter of fact, back in 1980, there was an NBC News segment. They actually bragged about how the Midwest was receiving less sunlight than ever before because of cloud seeding and weather manipulation programs that relied on jet-produced chemtrails. Seriously, watch.
On clear days, you can often see long white lines being traced high in the sky. They are contrails of jet aircraft, actually long, slender clouds. Weathermen are finding them especially fascinating because a theory is being developed that those long white lines may be changing our weather.
The exhaust from jet engines, usually seen as long, thin trails of white clouds behind high-flying jet airplanes, may be a big reason why there are 30 fewer days of sunshine a year in the Midwest now than there were in 1900. Weather researchers studying cloud cover in 10 Midwestern states found a sharp increase in cloudiness with the increase in commercial jet travel. No one is trying to make clouds now using jet engines, but this study suggests that jet travel is inadvertently making our days more cloudy.
They admitted it on live TV, and now they can't put the genie back in the bottle, no matter how badly they try to do it. And making sure that they can't put the genie back is a group of people led by Kat Saari. Kat and her friends have launched this major journalistic investigation into the chemtrails that you see every time you look overhead in perfect crisscross patterns, as well as into the planes and the pilots and the companies that are behind all of them. And recently she confirmed that some of these people, and the video has gone quite viral, as you might expect, these pilots, they try to plead ignorance. They try to act like, yeah, we're not doing anything wrong. It's like they're being heckled by some crazy person. But deep down, they know exactly what's going on. They know that the American public is waking up and their little mass poisoning scheme has been exposed, and it will continue to be exposed, and they're freaking out about it.
We've been trying to reach Jody and you for a long time.
Okay.
And we are tired of you dumping heavy metals all over our county.
Okay. Well, I'm not the one to talk to about that.
No, but you are. But you're the one that's doing it. So I've been taking rain samples. I have over 20 samples. And every time you fly, we get high amounts of aluminum, barium, strontium, titanium, magnesium. So I want to know, are you aware of what you're doing? I know you think it's like to increase water supply for Turlock and Modesto, but it's not really happening. So we're now getting really involved. And now we're going to bring something legal against your company.
Okay, well, you can talk to them about that for
I know,
sure.
but I want you to know, though, like, we are real people underneath what you're doing. You spray right over our houses. We hear you. We know you. We see you. We're watching your planes and your patterns, hey? What you're spraying is not good for the environment, and it's not good for the people because there's an early onset dementia, there's Alzheimer's, things are starting to happen to people's health. And I really do believe there's a linkage to what we're breathing in the environment every day.
That's their responsibility. That's not our responsibility.
I understand, yeah. But the money that you're receiving to do this is coming from, is it taxpayers that are paying for this?
I don't know anything about that. You see, what Kat's doing here, this kind of needs to happen all over the country, in every town, in every city, in every county, in every state where these monsters are flying around, poisoning people, poisoning our soil, turning our earth into some kind of dystopian nightmare where even blades of grass become toxic.
This is a pilot I confronted who was flying out of an airport in Sacramento. It was the McClellan Airport, another small airport. And I learned that they were spraying people with aircraft with these organophosphate pesticides. Now, during our conversation, the pilot admitted to me, because I tracked him down, it was an 8-hour ordeal. I drove 2 hours to the airport by myself. I waited for his plane. I tracked him on flight radar. I had a printout with all the information and my concerns about the active ingredient in what they're spraying, called NALED or NALED, and it's highly toxic for bees, butterflies, birds, and humans. My approach was, who is flying the plane? And I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. Do you know what you're doing? I want to assess how much do you understand about what you're doing? How have you been informed about what you're doing? And it's the same as what you find for doctors. They're informed by the pharmaceutical reps that these drugs are safe and effective, so prescribe, prescribe, prescribe. And it was the same thing with this pilot that I confronted the first time. He said, oh, we have PhDs and scientists telling us that these adulticides, interesting name, right, are safe and effective, and we have it calibrated just so the fine mist of these pesticides only kills mosquitoes, which is a load of baloney. People need to know, and you don't have to wait anymore for a politician, an NGO, or a lawyer to help you out. You can take matters into your own hands, and I think the most effective thing we can do is identify who are the individuals responsible for getting in that aircraft and actually pressing the lever to release the flares, to release the chemicals on the people and nature and our soil. Bill Gates is funding so many of these projects, and I can't go after Bill Gates necessarily. I don't know how to reach him, but I can go after the minion or the foot soldier who has taken the paycheck from Bill Gates or one of his, ventures or his nonprofits, and I can hold them accountable. And they don't like being held accountable. They've been able to hide behind their titles, doing their jobs behind the scenes. Nobody knows who they are, and now it's time for us to expose who they are. And I'm naming names. I've been naming names on my BitChute channel for a long time.